Hello YouTube. Today's video is going to be about the stealth issue. Um, so basically I just wanted to talk about it and my views on it and, you know, things like that. So here goes. Personally, when I finished medically transitioning um, to my level of satisfaction, I don't intend to live stealth. That's a do not intend to live stealth. Um, I have no problem with anyone that wishes to live stealth. I think that everyone has their own perspective about it and everyone's entitled to their own view and, can do whatever they want. But personally, I never want to live stealth. That's a major thing that I'm quite adamant about right now because when I um, when I came out as lesbian um, about 6 years ago, um, I lived in that identity for about 4 or 5 years, and I became very attached to that identity. So when I came out as trans, it was quite difficult for me to let that identity go because it's what I was used to. Even though I knew it wasn't me, I knew that that's who I was. I don't like labeling things, but at the same point, I find it very difficult to cope if I don't have a name for something. Um, that's just a personal thing, that's just who I am. Um, but yeah, so when I've finished transitioning, I don't wish to live stealth. I don't want to lose my trans identity, and I know that I will always be trans. I'm never going to be a cisgendered male, and I'm never, going to be the same as every other guy walking down the street. But I don't want to lose that identity. It's not all of who I am, but it is a massive part of it. And through the past sort of 7 or 8 years, when I've been discovering who I've been, or who I am, then uh, I've sort of developed as a person, and I've seen myself develop as this person. And it's quite important to me to stay true to who I am. I'm never going to say I was never lesbian. I'm never going to say I'm not trans, because although it's not everything that I am, it is a big part of it, and I don't want to lose who I am, because one of the things that I have very strong opinion about is staying true to who you are and let's say that again, and staying true to where you came from. I'm never going to forget who my family are. I'm never going to forget who my friends were growing up. I'm never going to forget where I lived or where I will live in the future, because all of those things contribute to who I am as a person, and it's nothing to do with gender. It's just who I am, and I don't want to lose that identity. I never say never, but I'm not going to become a major activist in the trans community. I'm not going to run fun days. I'm not going to, do marches or anything like that. It's not something that I'm interested in doing right now, but at the same point, I don't want people to, well, I'm not going to go around shouting that I'm trans from the rooftops, because people just don't do that. You don't see cisgendered people running around going, I'm cisgendered, look at me. Um, but I just don't want to lose who I am in that sense. I'm very proud of who I am, and I'm very proud of where I've come from. And pride is an amazing thing, but at the same time, it can be a very, very bad thing. I just don't feel the need to hide who I am, and I'm not, shooting down anyone that wants to be stealth. I'm not saying you're hiding from who you are. I'm not saying that, but personally, I don't want to be out to every single person. That's not my intention. But I don't want to hide. Not hide is such a rubbish word for this. Sorry, my thoughts are just kind of all over the place right now. I just don't want to ignore the fact that I'm trans, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that ignore who they are or who I have been, or any aspect of their life is ignored because they don't wish to acknowledge it. But I wish to acknowledge every single part of my life because I truly believe that every single part of my life is going to influence the kind of person that I am. And if trans is part of my life, then trans is part of who I am. And I definitely don't want to lose that. And I don't think that being stealth would suit the person I am. So that's just my quick opinion, well, repeated opinion of why I don't want to live stealth in the future. And as said, like I'm not going to scream it from the rooftops that I'm trans, but at the same time, I'm not going to deny it if it was to come up or something like that. So yeah, there's my opinion, and thanks for watching.